Honestly, $1,000 for a family of four to go to a WNBA game. That seems wild. It really does. The Clark effect.
Are you going to get those relative season tickets now?
I mean, we might have to.
Those are pretty expensive.
We'll make sure the Fever gets working on that.
Our salaries, it's like our entire salary to get those. I'm not kidding.
We'll have someone work on that for sure.
We need people to help.
Caitlin Clark isn't just changing the game. She's setting it on fire. The WNBA 2025 season schedule just dropped, and it's already clear that Clark is the one everyone's waiting for. Her first game with the Indiana Fever is already causing a frenzy, with ticket prices soaring to an eyeing $271.
Let's look to day 2 of opening night on Saturday, May 17th. Of course, you guys, we have the Indiana Fever going up against the Chicago Sky. The WNBA saw what happened last season. There is still this, what I like to think is a manufactured rivalry, because I don't personally think this Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark rivalry is going to last much longer. I don't think it's great for either one of them, and I think that we saw last season in this Rookie of the Year race that Caitlin pulled away quick.
Let that sink in for a second. This ticket is more expensive than 29 of the 30 NBA home openers for the 2023-24 season. That's right, Caitlin Clark, a player in the WNBA, is pulling in more than some of the biggest names in the NBA. Why? Because people are flocking to see more than just basketball. They're chasing the moment. Caitlin Clark isn't just a player, she's a phenomenon every time she steps on the court. It's like watching history unfold. The demand for her games is through the roof, and the Fever are capitalizing on it.
Caitlin Clark effect, and it is in full effect. The WNBA's number one draft pick, she's trying to say, is attracting so many fans that the Las Vegas Aces had to find a bigger arena to accommodate demand for tonight's game against the Indiana Fever. So this switch increases capacity from 12,000 to 18,000.
It's not just about winning games, it's about creating an experience. And when she faces off against players like Angel Reese and the Chicago for that season opener, the excitement will be off the charts. So what happens next? Hold on tight, because 2025 is shaping up to be Caitlin Clark's biggest year. Yet Caitlin Clark isn't just creating buzz in the WNBA, she's breaking records across the entire basketball world. The $271 ticket price for her first game with the Indiana Fever is more than what 29 of the 30 NBA teams are charging for their home openers this season. Let that sink in.
NBA certainly considers Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese to be a rivalry. You can tell by the schedule, which features the Sky and Fever playing each other in each team's first respective game of next season. And it's one of 5 meetings between the two teams in 2025, the most for any squad on the Fever's schedule. And though it'll be a while before we actually get to see that Fever and Sky showdown, just seeing that it's coming will probably give some WNBA fans the same bounce Caitlin Clark had.
The demand for Clark's game is off the charts, even surpassing some of the most famous NBA franchises. This is the kind of attention most players can only dream of, but for Clark, it's the new normal. It's a clear sign that Clark has become a cultural force, drawing fans from all walks of life. The attention she's attracting isn't just about basketball. It's about seeing someone break barriers, making history, and changing the narrative around women's sports.
Clark is setting records once again. Why would she not? This Sunday's game between number 5 Iowa versus number 2 Ohio State is the most expensive ticket in women's basketball, WNBA or NCAA women's on record. The current get-in price is almost $500. Last time these two teams matched up, Ohio State beat Iowa. The fans stormed the court. I know that's a big topic right now, and it was a great game. So no wonder fans are coming out to see this one.
Well, people aren't just buying tickets, they're investing in a moment they don't want to miss. And this isn't a one-off, it's only the beginning. As the season gets closer, expect ticket prices to keep climbing, showing just how much Caitlin Clark is shaping the future of the game. Since Caitlin Clark was drafted by the Indiana Fever, the city of Indianapolis has seen a massive revenue boost. Experts estimate she's generated $36 million for the city, a jaw-dropping figure that speaks to her influence. Beyond just basketball, this money doesn't just come from ticket sales, it's from everything: increased tourism, merchandise sales, local businesses benefiting from her games, and even the media buzz surrounding.
The season opener for the Fever is going to be a rematch with the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese. And I did actually give the WNBA credit for this. At least they had the wherewithal to put that game right up in the season openers. And, yeah, I would have put it there too because the ratings for those games were.
Clark has turned Indianapolis into a sports hotspot, drawing crowds and attention from all over the country. Her presence has boosted everything around her, from local shops to restaurants to hotels. And that's just in a few years. What's more impressive is that experts believe this is just the tip of the iceberg. As Clark continues to grow as an athlete and a public figure, the financial impact on the city will only increase for Indianapolis. Having Caitlin Clark isn't just a win on the court, it's a game changer for the entire economy. Caitlin Clark's impact has been so massive that even the WNBA's owner is in awe. When the owner spoke about her, they said the numbers are so staggering they don't even seem real. It's hard to blame them.
So this is good scheduling in my opinion. Now, also having Angel and Caitlin play each other first game of the season, perfect, because they both got new coaches, so everyone's gonna want to see how much they improved compared to last year. So this was really smart. I'm excited to see Angel under her new coach and Caitlin under her new coach as well. I think I think for both of them, Angel, she's about to get coached with someone who's with the Aces. He had Asia, he already worked with Asia Wilson and all these players, like people in her position, so he could help take her game to the next level. And then Caitlin, she has a coach. She already knows the standard as far as Fever basketball, so that's another perfect pickup. This is perfect in my opinion. I like this. Yeah, hopefully this is a great game. Sure, they reviewed all the ratings compared to last year, and that's how they based how they're going to do the scheduling this year. You saw
Clark's influence has grown at an exponential rate, and it's hard to grasp how much she's already reshaped the league. From ticket sales to merchandise to media coverage, Caitlin Clark is leading the charge in a way no one could have predicted. It's not just her scoring ability or basketball IQ, it's her presence. She's brought an entirely new level of excitement to the WNBA, drawing attention from fans who might have never considered watching women's basketball before. This is the beginning of something much bigger than a few games or a season. Clark's star power is turning the WNBA into a major sports destination. When the owner of the WNBA talks about numbers that don't seem real, they're referring to the kind of growth and transformation Caitlin Clark is bringing to the league, and it's only going to get bigger from here.
Go out and do whatever it takes to win, and every single night. My teammates rely on my energy. So being able to continue the energy, even if we're down, even if we're up, that's what
The 2025 WNBA season opener is set to be a showdown for the ages. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, two of the biggest stars in women's basketball, will face off for the first game of the season. This is more than just a regular game. It's an event fans are already buzzing with excitement at the thought of these two superstars going head-to-head. Clark, known for her deep shooting range and fierce competitive spirit, will square off against Reese, whose dominance in the paint and defensive prowess have made her one of the most feared players in the league. It's a clash of styles, a battle of personalities, and most importantly, a contest of pure skill.
But this year, it was just different. It was like, 15 or 20 beautiful females really doing their thing. And, I'm happy for women. I'm happy for women's sports. But again, this is the first time that I said, you know what? I'm more interested in the women playing than the men.
But Shaq, it's interesting you say that, because a lot of people felt this way. And when you talk to women basketball players, they said, listen, we've been playing great basketball for a very long time. What do you think happened this year? Because it was very different this year, and I'm trying to figure out exactly why that is. Do you think it was Caitlin Clark? Do you think it was Angel Reese? What do you think it was?
Well, it was definitely what happened last year between Caitlin Clark and, Angel Reese. It was, talked about, and would have liked to seen that rematch in time. But Caitlin Clark is a special player. She reminds me of a Steph Curry. A lot of times she takes those ill-advised shots that me and Chuck don't like, but they go in. Not only do they go in consistently. And the way she plays the game, she's the true definition